Welcome back to Fighting Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to look at a couple coins. We're going to look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, Matic, Dot, Link, maybe Luna, maybe a couple others. We're going to look at the bigger pictures. We're going to look at the weekly and we're going to look at the monthly and see if we can take a step back with the bigger lens and see if they could tell us anything different. So in the day-to-day and market like this, that's just basically doing nothing. Right, we've basically been trending sideways, just chop for weeks now, months. You can even argue for longer than weeks, right? So in this kind of day-to-day fluctuations that aren't really going anywhere, maybe take a step back, more hands-off approach. Realize that these can last longer than your patience is willing to let you have, and just patience is this is why we call for patience is. The times that need the patience, okay? And yes, this room is this blue. My shirt is blue, the sign is blue, the walls are white, but they kind of give off the blue hue. I mean, my microphone is blue. So maybe your portfolio is blue. Just take a step back, take a deep breath, and realize that you've lost a lot already. So if you haven't sold yet, then you've weathered the storm. So yeah, we're all wet, we're all stormy, and the hurricane is past. Although we haven't assessed the damage yet. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'll stop it. But just basically remain patient and calm, and I think the end could be in sight. So let's get going, and less rambling. We'll save that for later. So Bitcoin on the weekly. What do we got? Well, we have our little local supply box here. Touch points back in here, lots of weeks back in here. These are weekly candles, keep in mind. So we've had a couple touch points here. I would like to get one more. I kind of touched on this yesterday. To remain super bullish and to pick up, quicker than, a lot of people expect. We would hope for, another wick that kind of rhymes with these, right? Maybe somewhere in 35. All right, there's no guarantee that we have to even go down, right? This could be, we know at some point. Right, hindsight's 2020, but the odds in crypto are that with these kind of wicks, see all this selling pressure? There's selling pressure here. When you have stuff like this, it's going to be hard for prices to rocket out of here. And so I think the odds, because that's all you have in crypto, there's no guarantees. I think the odds are we sometime in the next week or two, we come down here and hopefully hold just somewhere we get these kind of macro level bounces here. Going back to 34, 35K. And then we can maybe build a base slow and steady back up. However, we could really come down all the way in here and still be okay until we break outside of this box, which is about 20, just shy of, 28, 29K. If we close outside of here, we could wick outside, right? Wicks are fine. So don't, if you see prices outside 29, 28K, it doesn't mean that we're definitely done for, although a lot of people will think that, right? We could have one of those quick kind of flushes that we kind of did in the pandemic right here, and then we close halfway back up the candle. So maybe potentially we get a flush down to 26, 25K, and then end up closing the weekly candle back up at 30K. So that's on the card. So you need to be prepared for that. And just because you see prices at one given day way down doesn't mean that we're going doom and gloom for the next 17 years. Now, if we close a weekly candle down here, then we got some more issues at hand, and we can talk about that when we cross that bridge. But until you get there, no point in sounding the alarm or crying wolf. That makes sense? We'll go with that. So that's my kind of story on Bitcoin. Now on the monthly, let's go out to even bigger, right? And there's that same box, and you might argue that, there's not much support. And you're right. When you have moves that appreciate that fast in value, it's hard to build support levels. So this is really all we have. And for all those people wanting to close below this, I would be careful what you wish for, because if we break under this box, these are monthly candles now. So notice there's no closing. This is the lowest closing monthly candle here. This closed at 35K. If we close a monthly candle under 35K, we're probably in for a longer term bad stuff. Okay, so be careful what you wish for, because we're here to make money, and not many people are going to be making a whole lot of money unless you're maybe macro level, bearish. I mean, you could probably short the hell out of it, but shorting Bitcoin is playing with fire and then some. So I would recommend not doing that. That's a story for a different day. But you could see a little bit different picture here on the monthly. Pretty much macro bullish for the entire life of Bitcoin. Now, on this chart, we only have back to 2015, but on the BLX, it looks even more bullish, zoomed way out, which I'm sure you've all seen. So I won't bore you anymore with Bitcoin. Let's move on to Ethereum, and we'll start with the monthly, right? So again, looking very similar to the Bitcoin takeoff here, and we really just don't have a whole lot of support. So if we come down any more, it's a little bit more clear on the weekly where our support levels could potentially be. And I would put it for Ethereum somewhere around in this area, somewhere between like 1,700 to 2,000 area, right? See all these local bottoms right here? Then a lot of consolidation right in here. So for my capitulation for Ethereum, I'm looking right around this area. So that would be good to add to your position right in here, and then obviously stop losses under here. So if we lose that, I mean, where else? There's not a whole lot. You'd have to we're probably going straight to like 12, 1,300 over here back in previous area, and that might be a good spot for a one of those kind of flush wicks. So that's all coinciding with these. So keep that in mind. Now going back to the monthly, you can see just how fast Ethereum rose. I mean, we went from under $100. You're reading that right, all the way up to almost 5,000. And what was that time span? Let's find out. The exact number is 600 days. That's pretty fast for a 5,000% gain on the second best performing at least for capitalization, right? Ethereum's number 2, right behind Bitcoin. So for that to do that for the number 2 asset, pretty impressive. So let's go on to the next one. I know we're probably long, and 90% of people are already not watching anymore. That's okay. You're here to learn a little bit more than the other guy. So look at ADA, right? A lot of people are already calling for the dead coin, right? Look how many reds in a row for ADA. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. These are monthlies. 7 months in a row. But surprise, surprise, where did we wick to last month? Right to this level. Why? Well, here's the level, right? Where did this candle close? We closed this one at 72 cents. So pretty great level to be adding to your position around ADA, in my opinion, right? Not financial advice, but loading up here around these levels is generally pretty good. If you can DCA and your dollar cost average on ADA is under $1, going into 2023, the next several years, I think you're going to look like pretty much a rock star here. So look at the chart. The charts tell you everything you need to know. Forget social media. Forget your best friend's neighbor's dog twice removed. The charts are the charts. And if you're going to go off anything, the charts, if you haven't picked up on that. So the same line on the weekly scale, look at where we are, right? Going all the way back, not really a level. Sometimes you have to get a different lens on your coins to get the right picture, so to speak. So the weekly, the level's there, right? You're seeing the level, but on the weekly, it doesn't really show like there's any support. But that monthly, right? The bigger the picture, the stronger the support level. And what's stronger than a monthly close on the initial kaboom, right there? That's where we are. That's exactly why we wicked there last month. Okay, that's not a coincidence. So there's ADA. Let's go to Matic, one of my favorites. So what do I like about this? Well, I love this chart. Why? I'm glad you asked. Consolidation zone, flat. What do you notice here? Where are we now? A big step up. And guess what? Consolidation zone, flat. Well, I mean, you did pretty good in elementary school, right? Connect the dots here. Where's the next one going? And for those that didn't do so well on your SATs, I mean, I could paint it out here for you, but so yeah, I think Matic will do well when it decides to move out of this zone whenever that tends to be. Now, the pullback here is around $1. $1 for macro level support here, right? And unfortunately, that's a little bit lower than where we are now. It's about 30% down even from now. So the close $1.08 on that monthly candle right there, way back in July of 2021. Now, everything I've talked about is closes, right? Closes are the big. Wicks can go anywhere any given time, okay? They're like the random fireworks you shoot off on 4th of July. You get, 9 out of 10 going straight up, and then you got that one guy that just shoots your neighbor's car, and you hope he didn't see, right? Not that I've ever done anything like that. So let's go to Polkadot. I know a lot of people are into Polkadot. I think Polkadot's a great project. And by the way, also, like none of my charts are, have anything to do with the actual project, right? Many people love coins just because of the project, but the best example of that may be Polkadot or Chainlink, right? We love Chainlink, but as far as ROI, it's not doing so hot on your portfolio. But I think due time will, the cream rise to the top. Terrible, yeah. So look at on the monthly scale for Polkadot. Where are we? Well, look at it. I mean, you should be able to pick up on these pretty quick and concise, right? The bigger picture, if clear levels are shown, there you go, right? Wicks, who knows? Closes, we better not close under here. We want to close a monthly candle above here, and we're still A-okay based on the chart. Now, DOT is a little bit younger coin, so you don't have a ton of history. So are these levels concrete? Of course not. If you have 20 years of data and showing that this is an important level, that's going to be an important level. If you have, 20 months, tends to be, just like, you got to take what you can get with some of the younger coins. So there's the monthly. Let's go to the weekly and see if that looks the same. So the weekly, you can see the weekly close could even come down to, $12. And we're still, looking okay, $12, $13 there. So monthly's up here. Weekly, we could go a little bit lower. But, we'd like to make a higher low. So far, we're there. We haven't matched this. We could go all the way down to 10, just above 10, and theoretically still be okay with that. So that's that. So let's get to the showboat. Now, Link started off tremendous, right? Now it's just taking a little bit of a breather because he was doing a marathon here, and he was doing a record pace. And there's not a whole lot of coins that their initial phase just, macro up. So Link outperformed, the majority of the market in 2018, 2019, even 2020, right? Great moves here. And we're just taking a breather. So people that are down on Link, I would guess, are the people that bought well above 30. So maybe that's you. And if that's you, that's okay, right? You can make mistakes. You can make as many mistakes as you want, as long as you learn from them. Do not repeat mistakes. That is insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Stop buying the damn tops. When everyone's talking about it, you should think about be selling and not getting into it. If everyone's calling for moon, you need to be thinking about ground. All right, so that's Link on the weekly. Could we come back down to $10? Yeah, based on this chart. I mean, you could just see it here, right? You could see the bottom right there. And are we already in this kind of consolidation box? Well, yeah, that'd be kind of the box I would draw, and we're in it. So if we drop outside of that, I mean, our next level, just based on the chart, there you go. I mean, you can see it. You might have a little bit of a catch here. Maybe like you got your concrete bottom, and then you got your subfloor dirt, and then you fell in through to the river below. I don't know. So we better hope not. Let's go look at the monthly. Do we have anything better news? Not really, because this becomes, now we're in here. I would say this holds, right? This probably tends to hold around the $10 level for a monthly close. We still got a little bit of a ways to go, right? Potentially up to another 20, 30%. Does that mean we have to do this? Of course not. Could the bottom be in? Of course. Don't be too deterministic in your thinking, no matter what anyone says, including myself. But, the next level, you can see it, right? I mean, you can see the next level down here. Way down here. Could we go down here? There's always a chance for anything. I think the odds of this holding, yes. I think the odds of this definitely holds. Now, if Bitcoin goes back to 20K or something, alts are going to just get absolutely destroyed even harder. So, yeah, is Bitcoin the safest play right now? If you're going to be in crypto, yes. What's safer than Bitcoin right now? Probably stable coins. But like I said, if you've if you've held on since the top and you're still holding, I mean, you've already experienced over 70% probably, right, of a loss. So what's another 10, 20%? You've already gotten hit by Mike Tyson. What's a hit by your sister? These random thoughts just come right in. All right, let's go look at the kind of the coin of the coin of the day, week, and month, I guess. Luna, right? Look at Luna. I mean, it looks similar to how Link started. It's just up, right? And the first, it looks fantastic. On the monthly, even looks great. Look at the almost breaking out over all-time highs. Pretty impressive. So let me put this back on auto, and there we go. So there's on the weekly scale. Now, again, like I said earlier, these younger coins don't have a whole lot to go off of because they rise so fast that they don't have time to form these foundations. But if you had to pick, a little foundation here, I would say, or something right in there. So if Luna comes back and kind of retests this $50 level, yeah, you might want to be thinking about loading up, because this is, I doubt anyone would argue that this isn't the best performing coin in crypto for the past several weeks. I mean, just look at that. 47%, followed by a 10, followed by a 10, followed by a 3, right? We're just, we still have plenty of time with this one. But don't be surprised if we get a little bit of a pullback, right? Especially if Bitcoin drops. I mean, Luna's done fantastic. So any kind of revisit to these locals, I mean, we'll even make an exception for Luna and go back to the daily here. Again, look at how fast these rises have almost nowhere to, catch some support. So if you had to draw something a little bit higher than that, so I would say, like, if you're looking to get into something like this, if you have some sideline cash, if Luna kind of revisits this area, you go in pretty heavy here, then you put your stop loss here. Why? Your risk reward ratio is greatly offset, because if you drop over here, you only have, look how much you're risking to the downside. What, 4%? Look at your potential upside. It could pull another one of these moves, right? If Bitcoin just holds here and Luna decides to keep going on the crazy train, your risk reward ratio is great, and you only have 4% to risk to the downside. Because if we lose this, we're going straight down to here, at least down to 50. This area, right? We're going back to 60 almost immediately if we break 70, 75-ish. So put your stop loss, 74. This is how you can become very profitable trader. I wouldn't do a whole lot right now because it's kind of looking like it's trying to choppy-sidey. But, if it come down here, yeah, this is load zone. So wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge, all that good stuff right in there, right? This level also coincides with an initial kind of local top here. Also support here. This will be a big load up zone, if you catch my drift. For those of you watching this long, you got me? All right. I guess I'll wrap it up here. It's like 18 minutes. If you like this, leave me a comment and I can do more of these videos. I just feel like this will probably if I get over 100 views, I'll be pretty impressed. All right. If you've watched this long, kudos to you. That means you're trying to learn and, better yourself, better your trading skills. So I applaud you. So if you're still here in crypto, I applaud you, because there's a lot of people that have left, for sure. So let's go ahead and do the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We're still at 21. Surprise. Flatlined. Bitcoin is dead. It's never dying. Get real. There we go. Quote of the day. That's it. Words. Nature is pleased with simplicity. Who's this guy? Who knows what this guy did? Don't Google it. You better know. All right. Car of the day. Any guesses? Any guesses? I didn't even know what this was when I saw it. So this is another one of my pictures. We're going to do car of the days on cars. This is me taking it. I don't know what I'm saying. So there's Concours d'Elegance. They have 2 of these annually. One on the West Coast in California, Pebble Beach, and then they have one on the East Coast, Amelia Island, which is North Florida. And this is Amelia Island. So I go every year, and I was there this year, and I came across this car. It's a Ferrari. What is it? I didn't know what it was, and I was dumbfounded. I thought it must be a 2023 or a new Ferrari I've never seen before, because I've never seen it before, and I'm pretty familiar with Ferraris, Lamborghinis, McLarens. So I was like, what? And then I went and then looked at the plaque. It's a 2014. If you know what this is, I'll be impressed. It's a Ferrari Sergio. What? Let's go look at some more pictures. Oh, that's that. Oh, my giveaway for tomorrow. Go back this way. Look at this thing. It looks impressive for a 2014. Still, I feel like they could make this now, and it's still pretty futuristic. I mean, the vents and the hood to let the hot air out. That's my guess. The Ferrari Sergio. Let me know if you've heard of that or if you guessed it. I mean, I'm impressed. But yeah, there's a bunch of super rare exotic cars here, as there should be. But so that's car of the day, Ferrari Sergio. Amazing. Oh, giving away all the good stuff. All right, that's it. Car of the day, Ferrari Sergio, with the factory gold wheels too. I mean, just all around impressive with that Ferrari. All right, that's it for this one. 20 minutes in. Hopefully you learned something today. A little support and resistance. The tip on Luna, if you ever get down there. I'll be buying some. All right, let me know if you like this. Your comments keep me going. Otherwise, I'll just go play golf or go look at more cars. Appreciate you guys. Thumbs up if you haven't already. You have. I know you have. Thank you.